Everyone, the new Babylonia anime crossover campaign has confirmed that Merlin is getting his animation update early. So we've of course got to ask ourselves, what does this all mean? Lally-ho, YouTube. Kawaii50 here, and if you enjoy today's conversation about FGO, maybe, consider hitting that like button, subscribing for more content, maybe even poking the bell so you get notified about what's coming up super fast. All of that would be greatly appreciated. Now let's go ahead and dive into this Babylon crossover campaign. So yeah, everyone, FGO is receiving the Babylonia anime crossover campaign that Japan got super recently, giving us a kickstart on a couple of items that Japan really got before us, something we did not expect to get for at least another 2 years. Of course, the biggest thing on the list, the huge number one thing, numero uno, Merlin, king of memes. Yes, the best support in the game right now is going to be getting an animation update that looks absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, really needed it, considering players all around the globe are going to continue using their Merlins even once he hits that fabled Bond 10. There's just no reason not to. Merlin's too good. His animation update is going to be some nice delight for your eyes. Waiver animation update when. And of course, on top of this, we are getting the Babylon anime's Mystic Code early as well. The 5th true theoretical factor environment purpose Chaldea uniform. Yeah, it's a mouthful. But also a pretty good Mystic Code, surprisingly. It's going to increase your party's Buster Card performance, it's going to grant one ally healing regeneration for 3 turns, and it's going to charge one ally's NP gauge by 10% while also increasing their NP gen for 1 turn. So this is honestly a pretty versatile Mystic Code for the Buster meta that comes along as a nice little side addition to Merlin's update, and it's honestly a Mystic Code I would strongly consider leveling, especially if your team consists of a slew of Buster related servants hopping along with Merlin, helping them out as they dole out damage. Your Berserkers should be very happy for this one. Now, of course, these aren't the only things that we are getting with this update. There's also a new craft essence coming in that's going to increase Master EXP by 50 for every single quest cleared. And on top of that, you are also going to get a delicious 12 Saint Quartz if you log in anytime during the event period between 3/2 and 3/31. And this even applies to the cumulative logins to get the Mystic Code as well, so you don't have to log in every day. So if you have some friends that are kind of sort of on the fence about playing FGO, now is going to be honestly a very good time to start, a chance for them to sort of kickstart the Saint Quartz that they're getting and maybe summon something really cool. Unfortunately, no banner coming along with this one. You're just going to have to deal with summoning for Kiara. A lot of you I know still super stoked about this though, so enjoy that 12 Saint Quartz. But now that we've got all of the little info out of the way, we've got to continue on to what this means, the big brain thoughts about what precedent this is going to set for Fate Grand Order US's server going forward. And honestly, it's great.
I've stumbled onto a major company conspiracy, Mac.
People, I have not seen a single person upset by the fact that we are getting all of this tasty stuff early, especially this tasty animation update. Now, I'm sure you remember in the past, if you've been playing the game for a while, that they did do a early animation update for some characters, such as Kursar Hassan and Medea and all that, on NA server before, but they said at the time that it was going to be just a one-time thing. It wasn't going to be something that we were going to see ever again, a promise that I am very glad that they have clearly broken in order to sort of make this crossover make more sense. And honestly, good that they did this, because having this crossover 2 years from now would not have made any sense. We're able to watch this anime simultaneously with people from around the world. If you want to do your anime promotional campaign, it should be done on global. It seems like FGO is just finally catching up to what all of these other gacha games do. All of these other games have their global events take place completely simultaneously. They have all of their global events take place with JP's events, and if the game is launched in another country first, a lot of these gacha games will just sort of play catch up until their servers end up meeting each other and they can again have all of their events simultaneously. Is Fate Grand Order going to play catch up? not likely. They've said multiple times this is not going to happen. They're not going to catch up. But this does set a good precedent for something else we are probably going to be getting in the future. Now, if you are unaware, in addition to the Babylonia anime, there is also a Camelot movie series that is coming out for FGO as well. And this animation project is sure to bring its own slew of events, its own slew of new Mystic Codes, and its own slew of new animation updates to the game proper. Now, with the Babylonia crossover event on NA setting this precedent, I think it is very safe to say that when these films launch in Japan, when they have their own events in Japan, we are going to get our same events at the same time coinciding around the world, regardless of when the other servers have sort of had their own events. Now, if there is another banner that they release for Camelot, maybe they sort of release another character tied into the Knights of the Round Table that we didn't see with Camelot, maybe we'll end up getting them over here, though I think the chances of them doing that are pretty far-fetched. What I think is more likely is we will have another event similar to this one. We are going to have some sort of updated character, maybe Lancelot, Tristan, Bedivere, Old Man of the Mountain Hassan, any of the Hassans, Ozymandias, Zwanzong, Sanzong, Tawara Toda. One of these characters, Arash, maybe Arash even. Anyways, one of these characters is probably gonna be getting an animation update, and we will probably see that on NA around the same time as JP. If there's a new Mystic Code, we are probably going to see that as well on NA around the same time as JP. And I think this is an excellent precedent we are going to see going forward, not just for any Fate Grand Order animation projects, but for legitimately any Fate anime projects that we get going forward. I think this is just going to be the new precedent they're going to go with Global. They've realized that we know what Japan got, so why don't you just give it to us? Anyways, that's a nice little update I have for you all. Pure speculation, I know, but it is speculation that is straight up grounded in fact, and I think we can just assume that this is gonna be the standard going forward. Now, of course, I want you to let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. How do you feel about Merlin getting his animation update early? Is there anyone else you would like to see get an animation update early in FGO? And any events that you think can maybe coincide with that? And do you favor this at all? Do you favor Fate anime adaptations having their events on Global at the same time as they are JP, regardless of this 2-year little gap that we had? Go ahead and let us know your answers to all of those questions down in the comments, because I'd like to talk about it. I hope you're all having a phenomenal day. I hope y'all summon something good with that Babylonia anime St. Quartz, and I will see you all in our next video.